I've got 8 hairy legs, gonna wrap them around you. Don't be afraid, moving closer down in this cave's roller coaster into my web, into my web. I got 4 pair of eyes to seek out and find you. Here in the dark, I can see you feeling your way. The stench will guide you to your demise, to your demise. Silky threads feel like a snuggle, but getting loose is a struggle. I've wrapped you up like a mummy, gnawing your elbows, sucking your blood, snapping on your toes. Once you are trapped, my 2 fangs will pierce you. The end will be fast, but not painless. One last gasp as you fade to crystalline dreams. Crystalline dreams. Littered with bones, these threads will astound you. Try to get past my sticky fibers, knowing your flesh is my heart's desire. Feasting on you, feasting on you. Feeling a tug on gossamer wings. I see you and you see me. The fear you feel is all I need. Swallow your soul, swallow your soul. Silky threads feel like a snuggle, but getting loose is a struggle. I've wrapped you up like a mummy, gnawing your elbows, sucking your blood, snapping on your toes. It's not the end, it's only the beginning. Once you're inside, you'll feel the surge, your blood into mine. Our marrows will merge, tasting your bones, tasting your bones.
And now, Jinx and Electo awaken to the scent of a blood dent. Hello, 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 lackeys. Hope you're all having a happy, healthy night this fine nightside evening. Hope you're ready for us to get down to some shenanigans. Be playing into some Fallen Aces, that good old, what's the word for it? It's the, play your way sort of hand-drawn 2D game that we played forever ago. It's been a little while since we played it, but you know, we gotta get back around to it at some point, I suppose. It was a very fun one. I don't know if it's had many updates since we played it last, but there was still a good few missions that we hadn't actually played back when I did play it last, so I know we've got something to do here, and I figured if I was gonna get anything out of the way before our basically entire rest of the week being nothing but Mugenics, I may as well play something different. Because I almost played Mugenics tonight, I won't even lie to you. I could really go for some feta cheese stuffed olives. You know, I'm usually not a fan of olives, but maybe like with like cooked feta cheese I could see it. It's not my usual go-to, sadly. Alright, let's slide ourselves over into our tradition for the evening. Because we do have 2 videos to get through. Both of them not exactly like forever long, but on the longer side. Blam. Oh. One moment. Where are we? There it is. As tonight, the first video for our tradition is... After 20 years, this scientist proved that birds can talk and use grammar. Yeah. You heard that right. I saw that and I watched like a little bit of it just at the beginning to make sure it wasn't like some dumb AI video, as far as I could tell, right? This shit's legit. Birds, like...
Hey, listen!
Listen, you're not supposed to be spreading that part about them, hey. That's supposed to be like governmental secret. You're gonna get like people with neuralizers and like black suits and sunglasses showing up at your house. Oh, shit. Don't mind me. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. One moment. Let's try this again.
今こっちこっちって声を実際出してて、そのチチって声が今聞こえたと思うんで。
鳥の言葉わかるんですか？
あ、わかりますよ。わかります。わかる。
Honestly, that right there, do you understand bird language?
わかりますよ。
Dude, like, there was basically no hesitation. That is the mind of someone who either thinks they're fluent or genuinely is fluent, because that was a fucking... Yes, I understand. 100% I understand.
わかります。わかる。
Like, that's
A few
some
days ago, I came
confidence.
across a very interesting video about animal linguistics, or specifically bird linguistics.
Hold on, I'm gonna turn down the background vibes slightly. Just a touch.
By Professor Toshitaka Suzuki. He's the first person in the world to provide conclusive evidence that birds use language to communicate between themselves. Now, when you hear this, you might think, oh, that's obvious. I thought we always knew that animals talked. And to be fair,
Not
that's
exactly.
often portrayed to be the case in digital media. But from a scientific standpoint, that's
Usually it's
never
just
been the case.
emotional expression,
Traditionally,
if I'm
animal
not
sounds were
mistaken.
thought to reflect emotion,
Yeah.
not meaning. So things like fear, hunger, courtship.
Because, like, to be honest, the development of a language, like, with proper words and grammar, that takes a level of intelligence much further than a lot of people are willing to attribute to an animal, if I'm not mistaken. Like, there are intelligent animals, and if someone said, like, dolphins spoke with grammar and language, I don't think anyone would be surprised by that. But, like, just birds in general is kind of crazy.
more natural responses rather than an active means to express something specific, like we do with our words. It's been this way since the days of Aristotle, who argued that only humans were capable of complex speech, and this idea has persisted even to recent publications. And even if you look at biology books nowadays, you'll find that many note that animals are able to make noises for things like mating or hunger, but none talk about the actual language and linguistics behind it. The idea that language is specific, targeted, and refers to the world around us is very different to noise that is expressing something. And from that perspective, Professor Suzuki is the first person to provide evidence of this through years of meticulous experiments. He spent 20 years studying a species of birds known as the Japanese tit. For simplicity, I'll just call it the tit bird or the bird throughout this video. And he proves that birds are really using language quite similar to us to communicate as well. And his findings prove that the tit bird don't...
Why are so many birds named after boobies? Like, there's boobies, there's all of the different tits. Like, Jesus.
Don't only use words or noise to communicate, but instead use sentences. And these sentences need to have the right grammar in order for them to be understood and convey the right meaning. As an example, in English, dog bites man versus man bites dog conveys two completely different things. Now, all this is very novel, but most people at this point would probably be a little bit skeptical about how he actually proves this. So let's take a step back and introduce how all of this even began.
Okay. I like the dog.
Suzuki says he's always been fascinated by the way nature speaks. As a child, he's listened to birds outside his window and always felt like they were communicating something more. On his lab profile online, he proudly claims, "In high school, I acquired binoculars and became deeply interested in bird watching, which eventually led me to study the cause of the Japanese tit in universities. For me, it began all with the simple question, why do the tit birds produce so many different calls?" And at first he didn't pay too much attention to it, but his natural curiosity and eye for detail soon led him to realize that these calls were far from random and were often distinct from one another. So let's take a quick look at a few examples of their calls that we'll take a deeper look at in this video, and just pay attention to how different they are from one another.
Okay, everyone ready? Take notes, however the fuck you can write down notes on a bird call.
That first sound you heard is the sound the tit bird makes in order to attract a mate. And keep in mind there's going to be a lot of onomatopoeia in this video to try and reproduce the sound of the birds. It also doesn't help that the original video and book that Suzuki writes all use the Japanese onomatopoeia, so I'll do my best to translate. But after his graduation, Suzuki decides to...
There was like, sorry, I was eating a little bit of something, but the fucking like way that it was set up did feel like there was like word. It was like repeated, so it could have been like me fuck if it was the one for fucking like attracting a mate, like he said, basically. But they are like specific sounds with specific connotation that need to be put in a specific order.
Dive deeper into really finding out more about these birds, and he decides to conduct his studies in the region of Mount Asama, which is a beautiful lush area in the Nagano region. And it's the natural habitat for not only the Japanese tit, but many other animals as well. And to observe the tit bird in closer detail, he creates a number of bird houses with a camera inside and installs them all across the forest, which allows him to observe their daily life closely. And he ends up spending the majority of his time every year paying close attention to the lives of these birds. In the forest, he finds these birds have a lot of natural predators, like crows, wildcats, and even small bears. And one of their most dangerous predators is the Japanese rat snake, because unlike their other predators, it can invade nest holes and attack their young or when they're resting.
Oh shit.
So now let's take a look at some of his findings.
So they have to be aware, because those ones will actually go for them instead of just catch them when they're out and about.
On June 10th, 2008, while Suzuki was recording birds, he notices a call he has never heard before. Pay close attention to this sound. This really confused him
Interesting.
because remember, at this point he had
It's a very
spent years
harsh
observing
sounding
these birds
sound.
every single day,
Very
but he had
different
never
from the
heard this
other
call
ones
before.
we'd
So he
heard.
couldn't help but wonder what was going on. And when he paid closer attention, he noticed that next to the bird that was making the jar jar sound, there was a snake that was slowly crawling on the ground nearby. And at
It's a
first he
warning
thought maybe it
call.
was an alert call that the Japanese tit makes when there's a predator nearby. And
No,
he
that's a
decided to test this
specific
by
alert
conducting
call
an
for that
experiment
snake,
where he
isn't
would
it?
introduce different predators near the nest.
Yeah.
And what he found was that when crows, wildcats, or other predators were nearby, they usually made this sound. Pitsby.
Okay. Yeah, so that like second call is much more of a be on Noir, be alert. There's things out there, be alert. Because those things that are out there aren't really going for them so much. But when they see something that can literally invade their nest and take out the people who are sleeping, they sound the alarm bells. That's why it sounded so much more harsh.
He wasn't sure of it at the time, but he later finds out that this is the general alert call to indicate to other birds that there is a predator nearby. But going back to the story, when a snake was close, every time they made the jar jar sound, and he thought to himself, now this is really interesting, but it's still quite far from conclusive evidence that jar jar necessarily means snake. So he records the various alert calls and plays them through a speaker to observe how they would react.
で次やったことは
Smart.
鳴き声を録音してスピーカーから聞かせたときにシジュウカラがどう反応するのか見てみる。聞かせてみるとそれを聞いたシジュウカラは今度はあたかも蛇を探すかのように鳴き声を聞いただけなのに地面をじっと見たんですね。
Interesting. So whatever it is specifically something that they know is on the ground.
He was excited by his findings so far, but he knew that he needed to be even more meticulous with his experiments to really show if it was true. For example, Jar Jar could just refer to be alert for predators on the ground, rather than specifically referring to a snake.
Yeah.
So he takes his experiment
It's like
one step
narrowing
further.
it down, but you have to narrow
He
it
thinks of
down
a way
like
to
almost
test his theory
infinitely
via
to
something
nail it
called
as a
mental
single
image
word.
or mental misidentification. And this experiment is often used on humans to show that words have an effect on how we see things. So first, take a look at this image. If I told you this resembled a dog, your mind will naturally associate the image with
thought
that
it looked like
of
a
a dog
squirrel.
facing left. Whilst if I told you this was a cat, you likely imagine an image of a cat facing right. So if the Japanese tit hears jar jar and then misidentifies something for a snake, then we can conclude that the word jar jar refers to snake. So to try this, he designed an experiment where he first plays the jar jar sound through a speaker to try signal there is a snake nearby. He then ties a rope to a stick and slowly drags it up the tree to replicate the movement of how snakes usually climb up the tree.
Okay.
And the plan is to see whether the tit bird will try to approach the stick and verify if it's a snake or not. Here is a live clip of one of the experiments.
画面の右側に実はスピーカーが置いてあってスピーカーからジャージャー流す。でシジュウカラが近くに来たので枝を動かしてやると
Oh, look, there it is. It got close, but it's like there's no snake here.
You can see when the jar jar sound is played, the bird doesn't just react randomly. It specifically approaches the tree branch in search for something that looks like a snake, in this case, the stick. That shows it formed a mental image of what the sound refers to and tried to look for things that most closely resembled its mental image of a snake.
Yeah, because it's
Over
not
the next
just like
4
it
years,
makes
he
it run
tries different
away. It's
iterations
like
of this experiment,
trying to
where
find
instead
where
of the
the
jar jar
threat
sound,
is
he
and
uses
either
the
like scare
general
it
alarm
off
sound, Pitsby,
or
changes how the stick moves, and finally concludes, after 4 long years, that animals don't just have emotions, but are able to properly indicate objects, and jar jar does in fact mean snake, in the same way that we use words and nouns object.
because look,
animals
one
don't
of the
choose.
things he was doing here is make it move up a different tree trunk, or make it move up a tree trunk, make it go along the ground, and make it swing on a shrub. So like he literally was trying a bunch of different ways that like a few would be more likely and one would be a little unlikely. That's cool.
Snake, in the same way that we use words and nouns in human language.
でその結果ようやくですね動物にも感情だけじゃなくてちゃんとものを示す能力があるジャージャーイコール蛇という単語になっていることが分かってきたわけです。
As Professor Suzuki continues his research, he finds that birds can even combine words to form sentences, and that these sentences actually have similarities and complexities in syntax or grammar, just like we do with our own sentences. And one of the words he notices is frequently used in sentences is the pitsby sound. And he finds that the titbirds make this noise when they sense some kind of danger. In other words, it's an alert
clean my
call.
glasses.
The second sound that they often make is this sound here.
例えば仲間を呼ぶときはこうジジジって鳴く。どういう時に呼ぶかというと、例えばですね、こうひまわりの種を見つけた時なんてこう仲間を呼んでジジジって言うん
Slightly
ですね。
different.
でそうすると2羽目のシジュウカラがやってきて餌を見つけることが
G, almost like a shaker.
Yeah.
And this sound is used to call its friends over, almost like a gather command.
But it
They
was
often
kind
use
of
this as a way
similar
to call
to
for help,
the
or to tell their friends to
snake
come
call
over
a
for
little
food
bit,
in the area.
which is interesting.
And he soon notices that the
Clearly
pitsby
wasn't
and
the same, so it wasn't the
GGG
same
calls
tone or
are
anything,
often
but
used together, and it sounds something like this.
Oh. Okay, yeah. I always thought those were separate birds calling out. That's what I thought that was when I heard that stuff. I didn't think it was the same bird because they're so
why are they
different
doing
in
that?
tone.
Well, if you look closely, you'll notice that in the middle of the video, there's a larger bird. It's a bit hard to see, but it looks a little bit like a shrike. And Suzuki comments
Ooh,
that this is a
shrikes can be
carnivorous bird that
dangerous.
is commonly
Yeah,
seen around
shrikes
the
are
area.
very
And when they're
dangerous.
alone, the titbirds have no chance of winning one-on-one. But in groups, they can fend off any.
It's funny. Shrikes are actually so in the Chibi arc when I used some of Electo's capabilities to hit Cherry with the fucking spikes that like spiked her up in the air and like exsanguinated and shit like that. Those were that like whole move and the idea for that was inspired by Shrike birds. 'Cause like Electo's whole vibe is blood and like exsanguination and everything like that. So Shrike birds, if you don't know, literally will fly down and grab animals, like whatever they can that's the right size for their prey, and they will impale them on sharp spikes on trees or bushes, and then tear them apart while they're impaled on the spikes. It's like, it's brutal, but it reminds you that nature is naturally pretty brutal, and unfortunately that's the cycle of things.
even chase away the predator. So he makes the guess that in this context, the command pitsby plus GGG simply means be on alert and gather together. So he records this cry, and first he plays around different speakers in the forest, and sure enough he notices that the titbird do indeed respond and approach the speaker, and they begin to look around for signs of danger. It's clear they tell themselves there's something suspicious
So
out
it's
there,
calling
but they
someone
can't
else
quite figure out
over
what it
to
is.
look for it.
And he does this
Interesting.
hundreds of times, right? So it's quite funny, all the poor birds that fly around the forest thinking that their friends are in need of help.
They're basically at like caveman level. They're literally going, danger, come. Danger, come. Danger, come. So that makes, like, I'll have to keep this in mind when someone casts, like, Speak with Animals in D&D in the future and stuff like this. Because, like, I'd be willing to bet there's a lot of animals that have this sort of dialect, like, at least at this level. But, Jesus, man. I can only imagine if you were to talk to a, like, more intelligent animal, what kind of, like, I almost wonder if, like, octopi could compose poems.
Only to get there and find nothing but a speaker. Anyway, he thinks himself, okay, why don't we take this one step further?
Like a
And he
dolphin
designs an
compose a
experiment where he
symphony.
places a model of a shrike on a nearby branch before he plays the recording Pitsby GGG. And sure enough, you can see the titbirds flying close and flapping his wings to try and scare the shrike away.
Oh. So it is, that's cool. He really did go through all of the levels of test on this. He's
And before long,
basically
you can see that
communicating.
more and more of its friends gather around to try and scare the shrike away. So he concludes from this that the combination of Pitsby GGG means alert and gather together.
Okay.
But then he has another thought.
What if you reverse him?
警戒集まれって組み合わせるときに必ずその語順に組み合わせます。 でひっくり返して鳴くことがないんですね。
Okay, yeah.
だからひっくり返して編集して聞かせてみるという実
I
験を
mean,
し
you
まし
just
た。
play it backwards. Or
So with the
not
power of
backwards,
editing,
but
he
reverse.
tests this idea. He does an experiment where he plays the two calls, this time in reverse. GGG Pitsby.
So that's approaching alert
こう
would be
ジジ
my
ジピーピ
guess.
とシジュウカラが鳴かない語順で聞かせてみる。
I would think
そう
that
すると
that's
ですね
like
周りにシジュウカラがい
there's
て、文字
something
が背負って
coming
あるの
in
に
that's
誰も追い
dangerous, but
払
they're
いに来
not
ない。
going to investigate at all.
This time, even though there were tip birds near the speaker, none of them try to come closer and scare away the strike. So this is pretty amazing. It provides conclusive evidence that birds are indeed using language and words to communicate. And on top of that, there is depth to this communication in the form of grammar. Once he discovers this, he mentions that he was pretty excited at the time, but as he continues his research, he quickly realizes something, that this is a huge discovery for humans, but it might actually be very natural in the world of birds, because he notices that the tree sparrows, who also live in the same region as the Japanese titbirds, have always seemed to understand the cries from the titbirds, and may even use it as a cautionary warning for nearby predators. What you see here is footage that Suzuki took of a park in Tokyo.
So, like, even though birds are naturally good at mimicry, it also means that they picked up the meaning of the mimicry very well. That's
And you can see that first the sparrows on the ground looking for food. First he plays GGG, meaning gather, which does not signal any danger, and there's no response from the sparrows. Next he plays the recording Pitsby and Hihihi. Now Hihihi is the word for hawk, and the effect is almost instantaneous with the sparrows taking flight to the trees. So in other words, birds or animals are able to communicate amongst themselves.
Damn, okay. Because the tree would probably be better against a larger bird
At
because
the
they
end of
couldn't
one of
get
his
to you through all...
presentations,
What the fuck is
Professor
this?
Suzuki poses the question, if animals can communicate amongst themselves, will there be a future where we will also be able to communicate directly with
it's
animals?
fucking VO.
He believes that we
I
can.
was like, what is this
He goes
bullshit?
one step further to suggest that what's needed to do this is not AI or other technologies, but
It's just
rather the
learning
most
like
important
another
thing is a
language.
curious mind, and to really pay attention to the world around us.
Such a cute dog.
He says that humans have assumed for over 2,000 years that we are the only ones with language, and as a result, we have
it's
become
just
both
dumb.
complacent and ignorant.
It's the exact same thing as us assuming we're the only life in the universe. There are enough things with a base level of intelligence that it's just, like, pure and simple fact that something's gonna have a language.
To the world around us. He ponders if one day our ancestors were able to understand the languages of other animals, and he hopes to further the field of study for animal linguistics in the future. Finally, he encourages each of us to really observe our animals'
Kitty.
companions around us and to
I love those
understand
types
what
of
they're
cat.
thinking and saying. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like.
That was a sick video, honestly. That's really cool details to know. Maybe the Becky Let Me Smash meme wasn't so far off. Okay. We've got one more video here, and this one caught my eye just before stream, and I went, okay, we're adding this to the list. Remember gender bending episodes? Yeah, you would. I have no idea what's happening here, but the intro line is hilarious as fuck, so we're gonna see what this is getting into. Shout out to CO2 Goldie. Never even seen this channel before, so I'm excited.
Look, I have a problem. I'm gay now. And hold on, it wasn't always like this. See, I used to be a normal 10-year-old boy. You know, I loved monster trucks, playing Pokemon after
Wait.
school. See, I used to be a normal 10-year-old boy.
hold
You know,
on.
I loved monster.
There is no way you have a Gravedigger monster truck. That's the one that you can, like, push along the ground, and it goes like, and then you can set it down and it'll roll for a while. I had that growing up, unironically.
monster trucks, playing Pokemon after school, often fantasizing about being a girl and hoping I would randomly wake up in a different body, and felt like I didn't quite fit into my skin, but didn't really have the words to express how I felt. And of course, logging hundreds of hours into the newly released Minecraft. Now, I believe this is all a ploy by the woke mob, injecting their liberal ideals into my Saturday morning cartoons.
I forgot
And maybe,
there was one in
just
Johnny
maybe,
Test,
if I look at
man.
these childhood memories, I'll be able to get to the bottom of all of this, once and for all. Well, alright, let's see if anything's on.
No one understands. Ooh, all classics. All classics. Mom and Dad and Vicky.
Before we look at
always
any of these
giving
episodes, I
him
think I should explain
commands.
just what it is I'm looking for here. Luckily, we have the handy-dandy, arbitrary, definitely subject to change, 5-point scale
corner?
I dubbed the Gendometer.
I can't
now,
follow
my
your
Gendometer
words
was
while I'm
designed
watching
specifically
that.
as a way to evaluate the contents of a gender-bending cartoon
Gendometer?
episode. Needless to say, it hasn't really taken off in the scientific world yet, but regardless, I think it'll be a huge help here. What comprises the scale are 5 different categories, each ranging from 0 to 1 points, with each looking at a different aspect of an episode. Firstly, we have, did the bend actually make sense
getting
in context of
fucking
both the
edged
show
with
and the
that
individual
goddamn
episode. Next, is the
DVD
story of the
logo.
episode
I'm
actually
trying to
good,
see it
or
hit the
doesn't
corner,
make
bro.
sense? Do the jokes still hold up? I mean, you'd be surprised. Some of the stuff is even funnier now than it was back then. Is there a good lesson or moral to take away at the end of the episode? Which, personally, I think is the most
Hey.
important part of the scale.
I forgot about
But lastly,
that
how much do I want to
episode.
be them? You know, every good study
I
has
remember
heavy
Powerpuff
bias
Girls,
involved.
too. I
After giving a
watched a
plot
lot of
summary,
Powerpuff
along with
Girls
some analysis
growing
of
up.
said episode, we will refer back to the Gendometer and figure out each episode's overall score. Finally, I want to add that there are a ton of gender-bending episodes, and I will most likely miss out on some huge ones. But it's important to understand that we're specifically looking at episodes that I remember from my childhood.
Is
So if there's any
that-
that you remember
is
a
that
little
Johnny
too
Bravo?
fondly, absolutely leave them in the comments below. With all that said, let's finally get into
Hey,
the first
we
episode.
got it right there at the end.
The Boy Who Would Become Queen, I think, is easily one of the most memorable and recognizable gender-bending episodes of any cartoon in this era. We first get introduced to the main bit of the episode, which is that to nerds like Timmy and his
Samantha,
friends, girls are quite literally speaking a whole different language. We learn in this opening segment that firstly, Timmy
Dude,
loves
I
soap operas,
loved
but more
Fairly
importantly,
Odd
that
Parents
Trixie is
growing
having
up.
a birthday party the following day, and the gang wants to get invited. Timmy promises Trixie that he'll bring her a really great gift, so she invites the 4 of them to the party. When Timmy gets home, he tries to think of what Trixie would want as a gift, but he simply can't understand the mind of a girl. And honestly, I'm right there with him. Cosmo jokingly suggests, but he simply can't understand the mind of a girl. And honestly, I'm right.
I ain't that bad, but I think I'm around like level 40 in this game. I've been meaning to stream it at some point.
There with him. Cosmo jokingly suggests that if Timmy wants to understand what a girl would want, he could just wish to be one, which then leads to Timmy saying the iconic words.
I wish I was a girl.
Despite it being said in a joking manner, he still technically did make a wish, which leads to Wanda
was
fulfilling
like,
that wish,
"Heyya,
turning Timmy
motherfucker."
into a girl. He's obviously upset about this, and Cosmo drops the funniest line in the entire episode to make fun of him.
Well, you know what I think?
Who cares what you think? You're a girl now.
However, after realizing that he thinks like a girl now, he decides to use it to his advantage in order to find the perfect gift for Trixie. I think this is a great use of the gender bending trope, and it gives us a real reason of why he didn't just instantly wish to go
FPS
back. After more
queens?
heckling from Cosmo
Ooh.
and Wanda, before he leaves, he wishes that both of them swap genders, giving us Cosma and Wando. Once at the mall, Timmy decides to go to the comic book store because muscular guys fighting in spandex is cool. Meanwhile, AJ and Chester are watching
Hey.
as a girl
Hey!
because muscular
Hey! At least Samantha gets it.
guys fighting in spandex is cool. Meanwhile, AJ and Chester are watching as a girl enters the comic book store. And I'll be honest, a lot of you guys have been like this in my comments.
But I'm gonna stare at her until she feels so awkward she has to talk to me. What?
Once at the store, Timmy grabs a comic book, only for it to turn into an
Hey,
altercation with someone
Trixie.
else trying
Wait,
to buy
no,
the
is
same
that
issue.
Trixie? I
Once
always
Timmy
forget their
snatches it
names.
away, it's revealed that the person trying to buy the comic book is actually Trixie in disguise.
Hey.
Here's where we learn a little bit more about Trixie's character. See, she likes boy things like comics and video games, but she's too worried about her friends finding out, and seeing Timmy, who now goes by Samantha, be into the same stuff makes her more comfortable with being seen. We then see them go into a salon, where Trixie says,
Never coming here. Well, he should. If boys did more girl stuff, then girls would be able to do more boy stuff.
which leads Samantha to leave with her. The two then
Honestly, bro, this one episode right here has done fucking numbers for the transgender community. This one episode right here, we should put this shit in the goddamn Louvre.
and go around the mall doing various boy activities, and Trixie couldn't be happier. She then tells Samantha that all she really wants for her birthday is someone who would be her friend regardless of what she's into. We then cut to the next day at Trixie's party, and Timmy, who is Timmy again, gives her the one
Also,
thing
I
she
guess
wanted
for the
more than
tomboy
anything.
community
friend.
and like fem.
So of course
or,
she
yeah,
launches him
tomboy
out of
and
her mansion,
femboy.
but not before saying his name, which is all he wanted all along. The episode ends with Timmy coming to realization that girls are people too, and often deal with the same struggles that guys do, but just in different ways. The final scene has Timmy back in the salon from earlier, making friends with all the middle-aged women there, as one does. There's a basic plot synopsis. Now let's break out the genometer and really look into the 5 aspects of a good gender bender that I mentioned earlier. Firstly, does the bend make sense? I think it absolutely does. Not only is there an in-universe explanation, that being the I wish phrasing, but also in terms of resolving the major conflict of the episode, it works out great. Now, how was the story of this episode? It could have been better. With this only being a 12-minute episode, there's not too much expanding you could really do. However, I don't know how much more you really could have said
I feel like
if we
they
had
did
the
more
full 24.
episodes with
So I'll give this a
Samantha, or am I
0.5.
crazy?
Are the jokes good? Yeah, the jokes are still really good. Some aren't as funny,
Do any of
but I
you
think the Fairly
remember?
Odd Parents have always done a great job in the comedy aspect, especially with its cutaways. Is there a good moral or lesson to take away? Once again, I absolutely think there is. In my opinion, the lesson boils down to girls
The
who like boy
humor
things and
in
boys
these
who like girl
shows was
things.
on
Basically, they're saying
point.
that their norms are kind of dumb. And now the most important question, do I want to be them? Not all that much. When I was younger, definitely more, but for now, I'll give it a solid 0.5. Adding these totals up into our genometer, we're left with a strong 4 out of 5 score. This episode just
Hey.
works really well all around, and I think the bend being used not exclusively in a comedic way, which a lot of cartoons do, and more to push the plot further, works really well. With
Yeah,
that,
there was an
I think A
actual
Boy Who Would Become
point to
Queen is
it,
the
rather
absolute
than,
gold
"Haha,
standard when it comes to
girl."
gender bending episodes, and I can't wait to see what's on the next block.
What's up next? Ooh, Operation Future.
Codename Kids
Codename
Next Door,
Kids
an
Next
absolute
Door.
classic that I don't hear enough people talk about, has
Such
a
a
very
good
unique
show,
gender bending
man.
episode
I only
titled
got to see a
Operation
very few
Future.
episodes
Now,
of
we
it,
saw my
but
previous
every one
video,
of
you
them
may
was
remember that I
amazing.
alluded
What?
to an episode of K&D
What did that
titled
say?
Operation Future.
Females Utopian Trap unleashes reprehensible evil.
Now, we saw my previous video, you may remember that
love
I alluded to an
these.
episode of K&D in the final segment of said video. However, that is a different episode titled Operation Support, which I may cover at some point. Today, however, the future is now, and I'm just gonna cover the episode now. Operation Future begins with number 4 getting sent off to boarding school by his parents in order to improve his behavior. Now, he is quite notorious for breaking out of these boarding schools. However, this one has a twist. It's an all-girls boarding school, and the director, Margaret, achieves this by using her girlifying rifle to turn
this.
rowdy boys into obedient girls.
I think I
Number 4 learns
remember
this the hard
this.
way as he barely dodges the blast, leaving his left hand girlified, and then catches wind of Margaret's ultimate plan: turn every boy on the planet into girls. He starts to call up the rest of K&D, informing them of the emergency,
Speed
but then
Steve.
decides that this is something that he has to do alone.
The
So
fucking
he breaks into
names that
Margaret's
they
office
gave
while
these
she's on a call with
things
the
when they didn't have
mysterious
the
old lady.
license is
Now you're gonna have to
amazing.
fucking bear with me here as I try to explain the future part of this episode. Number 4 knocks Margaret to the ground, revealing that she was actually a mech operated by a younger Margaret who was just on the phone with a future Margaret discussing her plans to take over the world. Number 4 is then ambushed by a bunch of soldiers with girlifying rifles and is forced to escape, while Margaret reveals the whole school was
Turning the
actually
fucking
another
chair
mech
into just,
the
like,
whole time
Alice in
and
Wonderland
begins to chase him. He
flowers.
tries to call up the rest of K&D for real this time,
And
only for it to
now
be
it's the
revealed that Margaret was
Castlevania
aware of this
castle.
and time traveled in order to girlify the rest of the main 5. Yes, even numbers 3 and 5 who were already girls. Fast forward 75 years. Yeah. Basically, Margaret was successful in quite literally
I can't
weaponizing
keep up.
femininity and turned almost
can't
the
keep
entirety
up.
of the population into girls. The boys that are left behind
Time
formed the
travel
B&D,
bullshit.
aka the
Always
boys
it's
next door,
time
and
travel
plan to take
bullshit.
revenge on Margaret. Number 4's grandchild Sally hands over her rifle to the B&D in order for them to reverse engineer it and put the world back to normal. They're very untrusting of her at first. However, an old number 4 allows her to stay and help them. With her help, they make the fucking boy rifle or whatever and launch an attack on Margaret's castle, in which they are successful because this older number 4 actually jumps back in time before the gang gets
Here we
girlified
go
to
again.
warn them of the impending
Here-
doom. They
here
save the
we
day
go
and we jump
again.
back to 75 years later,
Hey,
where
Lil.
boys and girls
Yes,
live
very
happily ever
nice.
after, and
Boy,
K&D
dude.
is successful.
Today.
Now, compared to the previous episode I watched, this one is less of a gender bending episode and more of an episode that uses the idea of gender bending as a driving force behind the main villain's scheme. Regardless, I think it plays with the idea of gender in a fun and creative way. Like I said earlier, literally weaponizing masculinity and femininity. But alright, let's pull out the trustworthy and yet to be FDA approved gendometer and see how this episode stacks up. Firstly, I think the bend, or rather various gender bends, makes sense in the K&D universe. I mean, they have all kinds of wacky shit. That's what makes the show so fun. Despite my rushed explanation, I think the story of this episode actually really works. Their execution of time travel isn't like completely flawless or anything, but I really enjoyed how they set up their own like apocalypse type thing. The jokes in the episode were alright. Operation Future is definitely less of a comedic episode and really sets up the idea of gender bending as something to be worried about, not as a punchline like many other examples. The moral of the episode was for sure a good one. Basically, if boys and girls set aside their differences and work together, the future will turn out better for everyone, and it's portrayed in a really interesting way. However, where the episode falls completely flat, I don't want to be any of them, and I can't believe the episode's writers did not take this into account. Personally, I've always wanted to be number 3, but she doesn't get too much screen time here compared to number 4, so I'll give it a 0 on the final category. Overall, this leaves us with a 3.5 out of 5, and I think that's a very respectable score. They played with the idea of gender bending in a wholly unique way, and I absolutely think this episode is worth giving a rewatch if you loved K&D growing up.
It was wild.
Two pretty good episodes back to back.
When it
Let's
was
keep this ball rolling.
fire.
What's on next? Oh, god damn it.
Okay. Oh,
My first note for
God,
Johnny Test's
Johnny
very own
Test.
gender bending episode
Okay, I don't know about you lackeys, but I watched so much fucking Johnny Test growing up. It is unbelievable.
is I am not looking forward to this one. Let's be so real for a sec. If you're trans and hear gender bending Johnny Test episode, your mind immediately went to this scene. Unfortunately, that's only like a 2-second bit in a completely unrelated episode. Now, if you're not trans and your mind still went there, I got some horrible news for you. Look, do not watch I Saw the TV Glow. Anyways, Roller Johnny follows Johnny and his dog Dookie. Yeah, that's his name. Definitely forgot his name was Dookie. As they're watching TV and Johnny's favorite show comes on, Slamorama. The host of the show poses a challenge to the viewers. If any team of 2 women are able to get in the rink and beat the reigning champion, they'll win lifetime tickets to the amusement park and $1,000 cash. Hearing this, Johnny is dead set on getting those tickets. However, Dookie points out a very serious flaw in Johnny's plan.
Yeah, except he said roller girls. You boy, me dog. And besides, we don't have any roller derby skills.
So it's off to the lab, where they pose an offer to Susan and Mary. Basically, if they can get Johnny and Dookie roller derby skates and outfits, they'll get the entirety of the cash prize. Susan and Mary are willing to go along with this and give the boys what they need, but that still leaves the problem of them not being girls. Luckily, Susan and Mary have a gender bender lying around and are more than eager to let Johnny and Dookie test it out. One button press later, and boom,
Oh my God,
we
I
have
was
Joan.
muted. How long have I been muted for? Jesus Christ. Probably not too long. But I literally just, of course they do. Fucking, of course they have a gender bender lying around. This is 2, like, fucking growing teenage girls. Do you think they would, with, like, the brains of fucking Rick from Rick and Morty, do you think they wouldn't make one of those? Of course they would. I know I
Tony
would.
and Darcy, and these are certainly some designs. I'm not gonna lie. I was definitely worried about the whole trans women and women's sports jokes that would probably come out of this episode, but surprisingly, there aren't really any that I can tell. I mean, Joni and Darcy went easily not because their genders are swapped, but because
they
they're
have
literally just
gadgets,
cheating with all the tech that Susan and Mary put in their outfits and skates. After winning, Darcy's skates malfunction and shock her, causing her to forget everything prior to the match, and she signs a deal with this business guy to keep her roller derby career going.
no.
Obviously, Johnny, who is Johnny again, doesn't like this and wants to get his friend back, so he thinks that he just needs to remind Darcy of all the good times they had together. All of these various attempts fail.
Oh, honey.
I don't want your lame autograph, Dookie. It's me, Johnny.
So he and his sisters come up with a plan. Swap
What is
Johnny
that?
back.
Hold on. Is that Zagreus? Who the fuck is that? That looks like Zagreus. That's from one of the Hades games, I think.
So he and his sisters come up with a plan. Swap Johnny back to a girl, challenge Darcy in the rink, then push her back into the gender bender to swap her back to Dookie. After some struggling, they both end up in the machine, and the sisters turn both of them back to normal. We end on a scene of Johnny and Dookie at the amusement park, happily ever after.
Hell
This was
yeah.
the shortest episode I watched, but let me tell you, watching an episode of Johnny Test as a non-child is not an easy feat. There are so many sound effects, wit pans, and just gross gags that made this episode very non-fun to watch. So let's bring out the nanometer and just see how amazing this episode really is. Does the bend make sense? While you could argue this deserves a 1, I'm going to give it a 0.5. Now, in context of the universe, I'm not surprised that Susan and Mary just have a gender bending machine. However, I just don't like that they did it purely for Johnny to win a competition. Like I said, there aren't any of those like trans sports jokes, but they were like right on the edge. Surprisingly, the story's not very good. Granted, this is a 10-minute episode, I just don't think it has a very fun or unique plot. especially compared
Yeah,
to what we've
it's
seen
just
thus
like
far. The
we
jokes,
do this to get into a
yeah, there were like
contest,
one or
and
two
then
I
we're
kind of
cheating
liked,
the
so it'll manage a
contest,
0.5. But this episode wasn't all
Goofy
that comedic, in
gag
my opinion.
episode.
Now, you can check for yourself. I don't recommend it, but I didn't find any real lesson or takeaway from this episode. I mean, you could say something
not
like,
really
love
meant to
your
have
best
one.
friend, but that's kind of what Johnny Test as a whole is really about, and there's nothing specifically to take away from this episode. Finally, we have what you all been waiting for. Do I want to be them? Honestly, 0.5. Joni kinda grew on me, and having that machine would be pretty useful. Adding everything up leaves us with an outstanding 1.5 out of 5. A sharp decline from our previous 2 episodes, but like, it's Johnny Test.
It's a
What did
goofy,
you
fun
expect?
time.
Before we
It's
change the
like-
channel,
it's
this
like
is the
The
first episode that I
Simpsons
changed the
almost.
pronouns that I used for one of the characters, which
Or
in this
like
case was
Dexter.
Dookie going from he, him to Darcy was she, her. Now I guarantee that no one really cares when it comes to pronoun usage in this video, but for Samantha's case, I kept with he, him because Timmy didn't want to be a girl. However, for Darcy, she did. I don't know. I'm not gonna get caught up on this stuff for this video. I just thought I'd address
they're
it if anyone was
cartoon
wondering.
characters.
All right,
I don't
let's
think
see what's
we
on
gotta
after
be
this.
that in-depth on it. Hey there, Goku. Hope you're having a good one.
Welcome to Goldie's Amazing Commodities. I have some awesome offers for you today. If you want to help support the channel, you can hit the sub, the like, the bell, all those. And if you want to support me monetarily, well, I have the thanks button and this mid-roll. If there's no mid-roll there, it's gonna be really fucking awkward. And you don't
Yeah.
want to be the guy without watching the mid-roll. Like you don't want to be that guy. So let's do that again, and you
Sorry.
turn off ad block this time.
I've
and then-
got YouTube Premium. YouTube is my ad block
show
on
I remember
YouTube.
very vividly from my childhood is the original run of the Powerpuff Girls, and specifically the episode I'll be looking at today, the Rowdy
this-
Rough Boys.
yeah,
so
Rowdy
this isn't a
Rough
very
Boys.
traditional gender bending episode at all. But what do I even mean by that? Well, to put it frankly, the girls stay girls. However, we are introduced to the Rowdy Rough Boys, who, as the name implies, are the polar opposites of the Powerpuff Girls. So in a way, they're the gender bent versions of each of the girls. Whatever. I don't control what's on TV. I just watch it. So let's do that. This episode starts out with a montage of Mojo Jojo getting beaten up by the Powerpuff Girls and getting sent to prison over and over again.
Yeah,
Eventually,
it felt like the story was basically over at the beginning, which was really interesting when I saw this, because I was like, oh, where is this going to go? Because they've already beat Mojo Jojo.
he gets tired of this and comes up with the genius idea of creating superpowered children of his own.
I need to beat them at their own game. I need to fight fire with fire. I need to make a phone call.
The only problem is he doesn't know how to do it. So naturally, he uses his one-person phone call to call up Professor Utonium and just ask what they're made out of. This plan obviously works flawlessly, and he learns they're made of sugar, spice,
course.
everything nice, and of course, a drop of chemical X. Now,
God, this dude was the nicest, like, guy. And except for that, like, one episode where he was, like, super mean and angry. I don't remember what the context for that episode was. But, like, he was the nicest, most honest dude who would never lie to you and would just tell you his, like, fucking credit card details if you asked him over the phone.
Now, he doesn't want to make his superpowered kids that girlish, so he substitutes the concoction for snips, snails, and a puppy dog tail, with chemical X coming from the toilet in his cell. Once again, this
Brad.
works flawlessly, and he creates a Brick, Boomer, and Butch, aka the Rowdy Rough Boys, and they have just one goal in mind: destroy the Powerpuff Girls. I'm not gonna lie, the bulk of this episode is just the Powerpuff Girls getting beaten up by the Rowdy Rough Boys until they become demotivated and unsure if they're really cut out to be superheroes at all. At their lowest, Miss Bellum comes over to motivate them and just give them a piece of advice on how to beat the boys. So they rush over to Mojo Jojo's tower to lure
Sorry,
the boys out
I got
and enact their
distracted.
ultimate plan. Just kiss them. This works out and causes the Rowdy Rough Boys to combust instantly.
Bruh.
Once again, saving the city of Townsville from Mojo
Fucking
Jojo's
detonate
evil
on
plan.
the spot.
Now, let's be honest here. I've always seen myself as a Bubbles kind of girl, but as of late, I can get behind Buttercup for
I was
sure, and I've
Buttercup
always really liked
all the
Blossom's
way.
bow. Oh, right, the analysis or whatever. Let's pull out that whatever. I don't know. So, despite this not being a literal gender bending episode, I think the gender bent versions of the Powerpuff Girls make a lot of sense in universe. It would only be natural for the opposite ingredients to create the opposite of the Powerpuff Girls, and I think this is a fun way to go about it.
basically
Story-wise, I think this is an
reversing
episode that actually
the
would have benefited
mixture.
from being shorter. We have like 12 minutes purely of the Powerpuff Girls getting beat up without any real
I
story
cannot
progression
help
until
you
the
with
last
this.
2 minutes. That's kind of why the
Goku,
synopsis
if
was
your
like
stuff isn't going
very
up, it's
quick.
because
There's
it's
not
being
much to show. They just
automatically
get beat
held
up over and
because of the
over again.
content of
However,
what
the
you're
jokes in the
saying.
show are just top notch.
it's
Mojo
something on
Jojo
your
is always
side.
so funny, and not to mention this bit with the mayor actually made me laugh.
Hello, Bubbles. Goodbye, Bubbles. Hello, Buttercup. Goodbye, Buttercup. what kind of pretzels do you think the girls like? A Bavarian or...
Oh
I
my
originally had the moral at a
fucking
1,
God.
but after watching it again, I'd give it a 0.5. I think the overall takeaway is that boys need love too. And obviously this isn't like a bad moral or anything, but this is done in a way of exploiting a weakness and kind of viewed as a cheap tactic rather than something they did out of their own kindness. Finally, do I want to be them? And honestly, 0.5. The variety of Rough Boys are kind of sick, and I won't lie, if I met a trans mass named Brick, that would go like kind of crazy. That leaves us with a 3.5 out of 5.
Makes me think of
I know I kind of blew
Borderlands.
past this episode, but not a lot happens here. They don't really play with the idea too much outside of what you'd expect. It looks like we only have a few episodes left before these scary adult cartoons come on this evening, so let's change the channel again.
No, I do not watch Horror Shorts Party. I haven't gone around
This episode
to
of
it.
Adventure Time was so popular that it eventually got its own spin-off series a few years later, and that of course is Fiona and Cake. Once again, this technically isn't a true gender-bending episode, as Fiona, Cake, and all the rest of the gender-bent characters in the Land of Oo are their own characters. However, I think this still counts, and it makes more sense once we see the
an
resolution of this
inverse.
episode.
It's the idea of an opposite rather than a gender bent, specifically the same character. It's the same character, but an opposite, like how a coin has a heads and a tails. It's still a quarter, but either side of it is a different version, a different look.
We start out with Fiona and Cake helping out Prince Gumball prepare for his biennial Gumball Ball. Okay, I fucking got it that time. And it's apparent off the bat that Fiona is interested in going with them. All of a sudden, the Ice Queen breaks through the wall with a slush beast as an attempt to capture the prince. The girls manage to destroy the beast, and while the snow is coming out around them, Prince
That was
Gumball
quick.
asks if Fiona would like to go out with him later, to which Cake says that they'd love to. Once they meet Gumball in the garden, he gives Fiona a bouquet of flowers, and within the bouquet is a crystal sword just for her. They fly around for the whole day
Ooh.
doing various coupley things, and it all seems to be going well in terms of their relationship. As the sun is setting, Gumball sings a song for him and Fiona, and as the night starts setting in, he invites Fiona to the ball. Not just as a pal this time, but instead, his girlfriend. She accepts, and we're taken back to the treehouse where she gets all dressed up as Cake helps her mentally prepare. Once they arrive at the ball, Gumball tells Fiona there's something he'd like to show her and takes her up to his room. After shutting the door, it's revealed that the real Prince Gumball had been frozen on the ceiling, and that this Gumball was actually the Ice Queen. Since Fiona was dressed for the ball, she didn't bring any of her weapons, and the crystal sword that he gave her earlier was actually made out of ice, so it melts away instantly.
Shit.
So she has to get creative to fight the Ice Queen.
I was
and
gonna
eventually
say,
frees Gumball.
bonk.
Cake then rushes in, hearing all the commotion, and together they're able to defeat the Ice Queen and save the ball. Afterwards, Prince Gumball asks Fiona out for a date, to which she declines, stating,
I think the reason I got all these guy friends and no boyfriend is because I don't really want to date any of them. I don't need to feel like I'm waiting to be noticed. I know who I am,
Hey.
and I'll know what I want if and when it ever comes along.
and
Hell
then
yeah.
it's all revealed to have been the Ice King reading a fan fiction
yeah.
he wrote to Finn and Jake while they're trapped in a big ice cube. So the way I see it, this episode is more of a gender-bent episode.
If I remember correctly, it was also revealed later that Fiona and Cake was beamed into the Ice King's head while he slept from a real reality to save its, like, memory or some crazy shit like that.
Rather than a gender-bending episode, I guess. Oh, but then why are you talking about it? Because I think it's cute and silly and fun, alright? I think the bend absolutely makes sense here. It being revealed to be a fan fiction by none other than the Ice King is so funny and completely fits his character. The only point I'll dock is the story. Once again, it's an 11-minute episode, meaning there's not too much time to really flesh things out. However, I don't think that's the main reason. See, when Fiona saves Prince Gumball and the Ice Queen is nowhere to be seen, at least to me, I just thought immediately, oh, so she's pretending to be Gumball. Alright, jokes get absolutely full marks. Adventure Time is just so good at being funny, and there's a lot of moments in this episode that I really enjoy. As I showed, the moral of the episode is along the lines of you don't need a man to feel self-worth, and I think that's a great
Fireworks.
message. Too often do we have female leads in media that seem to have no greater goal than to get with the guy at the end of the story, and reaffirming that there's more to a person than their love interest is really sick. I like it. And yes, I'd absolutely want to be Fiona. She is so cute in this episode. And that leaves us with our highest score yet, 4.5 out of 5. And unfortunately, what's on next does not seem like it'll dethrone this episode.
What the hell is this?
Does anyone else
What
remember
the
this
hell
show?
is
Because
this?
for some reason, I do. Some reason.
No.
I remember when I was little, my
I've
dad was
never
like,
even
hello,
heard
my
of
normal
this."
son who will not be affected by this. Let us bond by watching TV together. And I came into the living room and the first episode of
She's
She's
Out?
Out came on. Needless to say, we watched one episode and then changed the channel. However, this show has been stuck in my mind ever since. So Dad, I kind of blame you for all this. Anyways, instead of a one-off gender-bending episode, what if
Is
there
it
was
like
a whole
Shazam,
series
but
dedicated to that
they
very
just
concept?
gender
And what a
bend?
surprise
What is this?
that it wasn't very good. A.C.E.S had a 26-episode run spanning from late 2012 to November 2013, and for this video, I decided I was going to watch a few episodes instead of just one, since, you know, the whole show is dedicated to the very topic of my video. I made it through about 2.5 episodes before I got tired of it. I'm sure it's an immaculate slow burn that really deserves its 5.7 out of 10 rating, but I just wanted to get this video out in a timely manner. But enough stalling. I'm going to try to very quickly go over the first 3 episodes of A.C.E.S. We'll spend the most amount of time looking at the first episode, as it sets up everything we need to know about the plot. This episode starts out with us getting introduced to the main characters, Guy, Kelly, and Maz, as Guy and Kelly are moving into their great Aunt Agnes's house after she died and left everything to their family. Guy and Kelly are cleaning out the basement when Guy throws something at the wall, revealing a hidden safe. And once they open it, it turns out to be the superhero A.C.E.S ring inside. Kelly turns out to be A.C.E.S #1 fan and hopes to take the ring for herself. However, Guy ends up taking it from her, putting it on, and saying the phrase that turns him into A.C.E.S. After Kelly is done laughing at him, they then discover A.C.E.S secret lair hidden behind a mirror. They're informed of a group of villains downtown, but before they go and fight them, Guy decides to test out his new powers. He's got super strength, speed, and a few different tools to help him out during combat. Guy takes out the pirates attacking the town, and here it's revealed that his dad is actually a cop who hates A.C.E.S, as he believes she takes away the credit from the police force.
I need pictures of A.C.E.S on my desk by morning.
The second part of the episode has Guy at A.C.E.S Con, as he prepares to give a speech in front of his adoring fans, and we're introduced to another villain known as Cold Finger. He's pretty funny, I won't lie. The main episode we learned from this section is that A.C.E.S has one weakness, and that's that if her hair gets messed up, she loses all of her powers and has to grab his hairspray from her utility to be able to fix it. She beats Cold Finger by feeding him some spicy food, and the day is saved. Alright, speedrun. We gotta do this like 3 times. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, I mean, he got the ring, gives some powers, but girl superhero, cool, makes sense. The story is alright. I mean, for an opening episode, it covers everything you need without revealing too much. The jokes are also just alright. Nothing crazy to come over here, but I really did like this one.
Come to Papa. Don't you mean Mama? Depends on what I'm wearing.
There's really no moral, at least in this episode, and if there was, I guess I just missed it. Do I want to be them? Kinda, I guess.
That was actually, yeah, that was
2.5 out of 5. Sure, that works. Let's keep going. The first part of episode 2 has Guy and Maz at a store wanting to buy a VR headset, but they don't have enough money. However, just then, A.C.E.S senses danger, and Guy transforms to find out there's a bank robbery going down the street.
Oh,
They're being robbed by these guys, and A.C.E.S comes and saves the day. Afterward, though, Guy sneaks a $500 bill into his utility belt before the cops arrive to arrest the bad guys. Guy ends up buying the VR headset with Maz, and while they're playing, Guy starts to feel guilty and wants to return the headset. However, it turns out that there is literal video evidence of Guy stealing the $500, and now he has to not only return the console and the money, but also destroy the evidence as well. You know, just like really upstanding superhero stuff. One more problem, though. He starts to shrink. Because apparently if A.C.E.S does something bad, she shrinks until she poofs out of existence. So yeah, he returns the headset, the money, and successfully destroys the tape. Part 2 of this episode is mainly about...
That is the world's most unbelievable weakness that I've ever heard of. If you do something bad, just vaguely bad, you're gonna fucking shrink until you pop into non-existence. You're gonna be seeing atoms, and then you're gonna be seeing nothing for the rest of eternity.
Maz, and I haven't mentioned this, but one recurring bit is Maz is a different sidekick in every episode. But in this one, Guy is just really mean to him for no reason, so he decides to become his own superhero. Maz, obviously not having any superpowers, struggles when the real villain attacks. Magnets. And Guy has to bail him out. Later, Kelly explains to Guy why Maz was doing all this, he apologizes for being a bad friend, and yay, the day is saved. I know I'm rushing through these, but you really have to understand that, at least in the episodes I watched, they didn't really use the gender bending bit outside of a few quips, which I'll talk about more in a little bit. The way Guy turns into A.C.E.S still works, makes sense, yep, all good. I gave the story a 0 because of how boring it was. Jokes, moral, and beat them are all going to be 0.5s, just because they were like serviceable. And unlike the previous episode, this one had 2 main lessons. Don't steal, and be nice to your friends. So yeah, 2.5 out of 5 once again. Finally, we get to episode 3.
Glamageddon?
Guy goes onto a talk show as A.C.E.S. It turns out there's a surprise guest, an old sidekick of A.C.E.S named Tara. She is not happy with A.C.E.S and is here to get her revenge. But then Guy uses some invisibility goop and gets out of there. His dad sees Tara, and instead of arresting her, you know, for trying to kill A.C.E.S, takes her home for dinner because cops are awesome. Eventually, A.C.E.S and Tara get into the ring to settle their differences in a lightsaber battle that ends with Guy just yelling at her and winning. It was after this that I decided to not watch anymore. The other plot of the episode has to do with a clone of Shizuo or something.
This is like
but I didn't really get that
superhero
far. I
slop.
gave this a 1.5 for the bend and be them again. Okay, but how come we haven't seen another cartoon try to use gender bending as the main crux of the story after Shizuo aired over 10 years ago? Well, to put it simply, it's just not very funny after like the second time it happens. The main reason in a cartoon like Johnny Test would do a one-off
it's
gender bending episode is
novelty, it's
because
like a
it's funny
gag.
and makes sense in the context of the show.
Yeah.
If Johnny went to the gender bender at the start of every episode, well, you know, there are definitely creative ways to use the gender bending trope. I think I showcased that pretty well here, providing a lot of different uses. But across a whole series, I find it hard to believe that they were really able to do more with it outside of the bit here and there. Now, you could argue that maybe Shizuo was actually making a statement on LGBTQ rights and the perception of gender. Maybe it was playing with this concept in order to dissolve long-standing beliefs around trans people. But maybe, just maybe, it wasn't doing any of that at all. Yeah, so when this aired, a bunch of like
the fact that there's lightsaber battles and shit like that, like they're just doing the funny haha.
Anti-gay blogs and people in general were up in arms about how it was transing our kids and all that, and the creator just straight up said he didn't see it that way. Whether he was being honest or not, this seems to be a sentiment he commonly uses when asked about the trans aspect
It's one of those
the show.
things where
And my
there's
take,
not any real.
Well, I think you should watch myself. Sadly, I think if a show like this were made today,
like,
even if it was
message.
actually good, people would be
It's
so
just meant
pissed
to be
about it,
goofy
whatever
and
network
fun.
it aired on would probably have to take it off like frame 1. Which sucks, because I'm sure there's someone a lot more creative than me out there that can make a concept like Shizuo work for more than one episode. But we'll probably never see anything like that. So what did we learn today? After all, I am an educational channel, and I really want that funding for my gendometer. Were gender bending episodes secretly transing our youth the whole time? No. More likely than not, the kids that were affected by these episodes already had the feeling that something wasn't right, and maybe seeing someone on TV not only change their gender, but then feel uncomfortable in that body really clicked with them. The way I see it, a lot of these types of episodes are perfect depictions of cis people experiencing gender dysphoria.
That was a
It's kind of weird to
flashback.
think about it that way, because normally you don't associate that with being cis.
That was
but if you
like
take a look
that
at the
part
beginning of
in
The Boy Who
fucking
Became a Queen, I
Scooby-Doo
think it
Monsters
showcases my
Unleashed
point.
where
Timmy,
Shaggy
albeit
drinks the
mainly for the sake
fucking
of comedy here,
potion that turns
is
him
very
into a
uncomfortable
girl.
in his new body, and he clearly does not like it. However, unlike Timmy, who can just wish to be a boy again, trans people, especially trans youth, don't have that luxury and often have to go years of their life feeling this incredible uncomfortability. I'm not saying that cis people can't experience gender dysphoria in some ways, but you just don't ever hear about it. And I think this is a really interesting lens to look at some of these episodes through. Now, I don't think Butch Hartman was thinking that deep when it came to this episode, but I think that's why it's so fun to look at this stuff like years later. And that goes for majority of these episodes. I don't really think any of them are trying to make some big statement regarding trans people, but regardless, it's something that just comes with the territory, I guess. So yeah, when I was little, I did wish I had fairy godparents for the sole reason to wish I was a girl. But who knows, maybe I did. It just...
I'll admit mine. I was big into Animorphs, and I wished that I was an Animorph specifically so that I could Animorph into a girl. I don't know why. Out of all the fucking choices,
just, you know, took them a little
made
while.
a lot of sense once I came
Thanks
to
for watching.
terms with things.
Often fantasizing about being a... Ow, fuck, am I...
That was a sick video, man. That was a very, very sick video. I hadn't actually seen a couple of those. I'd only seen the Johnny Test one before. Alright, let's get into our gameplay for the evening here. Let me launch up our Fallen Aces. Bow, 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 bow. Okay, a minute. I just need to get it captured. Why are you not capturing? Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. There we are, baby. Smell that rainy night air. Hello, 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 Lackeys. welcome back to tonight's broadcast. Hope you've got yourself a drink, something to eat, because we're in for a hell of a ride tonight. As always, I will be your hostess for the evening, the Nightside Jinx, your favorite punk, underworldian vigilante. And tonight, we return to Fallen A.C.E.S, a game where our connections and info that we've been... You're right, I will remove that in a minute. A game where your connections to political assassinations have drawn you under the eye of the mob itself. However, luckily, Nightwave, the local vigilante here in the city, has sought us out in order to give us a much-needed protection from the ne'er-do-wells that seek to put an end to our running mouth. And tonight, we're gonna be returning where we left off a long while ago, while I turn this goddamn thing down because it's a little too loud. There we go. And then I also removed the tradition thing. Thank you, Heyya. I always forget that stuff. Alright. I did rewatch a little bit of the last broadcast at the end just to remind myself, as Nightwave got us out of the dangerous docks that we were in. However, they did take a bullet in doing so. So they brought us to their hideout where they can recover and we can help continue what they were doing. Let's load our game. Auto hideouts. I think this is the one, right? Pretty sure it would be. Here we go. Yeah, this is it. Here with Nightwave.
Well, that went off without a hitch. All night's been a gas, really.
At least we weren't tailed. Nobody knows about this place. When you're ready to get to work, head to the garage.
Hey, listen!
I'll be here.
Yeah, it's been a while. They have released, hold on, if I go over to the Steam page. December of 2025, they did release a episode progress update. And it got updated with a small update in September 7th, 2025. So they've been kind of doing updates here and there. They're just trying to probably finish out the rest of it, would be my guess, because it is a small studio. And the game isn't that well known, sadly. And this here is Spady.
How's it going, Pooch?
Oh, that's Spady. Best leave her be. She's not fond of strangers.
Not fond of strangers, nonsense. Dogs love me.
Leave her alone, Mike.
No.
Leave her alone, Mike.
No. This is why you always listen to the owner of a dog. If the dog owner tells you don't touch the dog, it'll bite you. Don't touch the dog, it's probably gonna bite you. Reminds you of Void Bastard. I've heard of that game. I don't think I've played any of it. Rat. Hey, rat. Whoa, rat be upon you. Whoa, rat be upon you.
Stop messing around, kid. Are you... God damn.
Watch it. I'm older. Watch it.
I don't think I will.
God damn it. You bastard.
Game over. Nightwave was killed.
Hey, listen.
I had to try. Another thing I need to try. Give me my damn arm back, you piece of shit. Oh, it literally don't even let me.
It always starts with a dame, don't it?
So this is basically what happened. This dude Waltz, he's like a political figure running for mayor, and he took a bullet from Glassjaw while he was doing his thing. Glassjaw's been icing, and look, there's me and my friend. My friend got iced because of connections. I don't know who that is. But then he's also taking out each of the different A.C.E.S, which are like a vigilante group. So we've got ourselves recruited specifically to help deal with this threat. Where does this go? I haven't actually explored this place at all, so we're gonna explore up here a little bit first. It's probably down there. Wonder if there's something I can interact with. Looks like I could break it, but I guess not. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay. I can take the microphone and start hitting things with it, but I can't speak into it. Ooh. There's a lot of space in here. Don't remember how to throw things. G. G is how to throw things. Fuck your car. Interact with the car to start the next chapter. Okay. I guess we'll go out and do the vigilante's work. So we've done Wake Up Call and we've done Water Under the Bridge, so now we're on Shifting Gears. I mean, you gotta go sleep with the fishes when it's a play your way type game, right? If it's too difficult, you find a way to do it differently. I'm probably gonna regret this.
Just calm down and tell me what's going on. How long have they been there? No, you sit tight. No, I'm sending a guy down there. Yeah, his name's Mike. Yeah, don't worry, Blake. We'll handle it. My little visit to Walt's house will have to wait. Not that it matters. Car's shot to hell. It's gonna take hours to get there on foot.
Huh. What's the good news?
An old friend of mine could set us up with a new car. Just one problem, though. Seems our gangster friends are laying siege to the old junkyard he works out of. I need you to get him out of there.
Okay.
Christ, never ends. Fine, what am I doing?
The fastest way to get there is by taking the subway to Marigold Street Station. Once you arrive, make your way to the junkyard and assist Blake in any way you can. I come with you, but...
The arm?
No worries,
So what, I get in there, beat some faces, save the day, and maybe get an oil change while I'm at it?
Something like that. After you've dealt with them, Blake should have a working car you can use to make your escape. Once you're back, we'll figure out what to do about this Walt situation.
Okay. train. Don't mind me, fellas. Eat shit.
Oh, come on, you porky beaner, huh? Just what are you gonna do with that? Don't let him smack you around like that.
Okay, knife man down. We get. Where does knife go? I want his damn knife. You alive, sir? Take the pipe at least. I have no idea where the knife went. I'm trying to be a good cop and not kill as many of these dudes as I can, but it ain't exactly an easy job.
Hey, did you hear what happened at the docks last night?
No, what happened?
Some asshole private dick named Thane comes through and wipes out a whole heap of our guys. Boss got hit, guy got away. It was real bad.
Holy cow, no fooling?
I think he was in cahoots with that Nightwave freak.
Possible.
It was nothing, I guess. Oh, come off it. You've been hearing too many ghost stories. Don't believe that baloney you see in the papers. Probably something the cops cooked up to scare our outfit. Aces have been retired for a long time. Hell, one of them is running for mayor.
I heard a noise. Hey, somebody fooling
Wait, so
around?
the mayor is one of the aces. I didn't remember that.
Huh. Oh, weird. I'm telling you, it was him. Who else could have a trail of bodies like that?
Secret.
Somebody's been mucking up our whole operation for months.
Listen to yourself. The big bad Nightwave is gonna get me. Better lock my doors. Sleep with a cat under my pillow. I'm a little baby. Listen, champ. If any aces were still out there playing vigilante, they'd be old and gray. That was like a decade ago or something. They need a wheelchair or something you could just push him over.
I hope I do get to push over an old guy in a wheelchair.
Okay.
That'd be so much fun.
Say, that's where we come
I
out.
guess you are right.
What the fuck happening? Help us, please! I gotta get out of here. Oh my god!
Tell me all us can't take this one fella. Come on.
Help us, please! What the fuck happening?
I'm gonna help you. Can you stop
I need to
being
get
so
help.
fucking loud? Who needs to get help? Unarmed goon? You need help. Oh, are you talking?
Cops won't do anything. They just look the other way.
Put you on the ground. Oh, there's something up. Aha.
Nice. I needed some booze money.
Always worth looking around and looting in these games. Where the hell am I going? Probably this way? Alien isolation all over again. That's a civilian. He ain't a threat to me. Where the hell? This is way out here. So I'm an idiot. I forgot I picked up the key.
Like should be holed up in the garage nearby. The Bonettos and the Glass Hearts have been carving up the neighborhood as part of their turf war. The Bonettos on one side, Glass Hearts on the other.
And your friend ended up right in the middle. Real shit sandwich.
The Bonettos shouldn't leave you alone, as long as you stay off their turf.
Okay.
If you need to get through, well, get creative.
Okay. Go quick save. Leave me alone as long as I'm not in their turf. Switchblade City. They don't look like they're gonna like me. Generic Can. Ah, how I love you, Generic Can.
Hold up. This here is Benedetto turf. You wanna pass through, you pay a fee. Them's the rules.
How much is the fee?
This is boring.
150?
Now, see what generosity gets ya. You're free to go on through. Don't try anything smart. I'll remember your face, pal.
I'm working with you, dude. At least for the time
Dumb
being.
bastard got what he deserved. He knew what was coming.
Lots of dudes in here. Don't mind me. I wasn't trying to sneak down any pathways. Let's go talk to the bar owner. Maybe the bar owner.
Can't wait to try out this new sub. What the hell was
those
that? Hey, is that you, boss?
I just heard something.
Hey,
Okay,
who's
these
there?
dudes are fine. These dudes are fine. I got real worried for a split moment. Hi. I got scared. They all like turned and looked at me like I was a criminal. Y'all get the fuck out of here. That's not what I wanted.
Eat lead.
Okay, well.
Somebody there? Put that thing down and fight me like
Oh, fuck, he's got a gun.
How about some of this?
Eat lead.
I don't know why I thought I could block bullets. Okay, let's try this again. Good. Okay. We've got things figured out
Hold
for
up.
now.
This here
Okay,
is
the toll.
Benedetto turf. You wanna pass through, you pay a fee. Them's the rules.
Music is so framey. One moment. Okay. It's a bit more framey than it was before. Excuse me, bartender.
Shit, I hope it's not that crap going around.
Why is it doing this? Hold on. We're gonna have to go PNG mode here. I think it's the only way I can save these frames. I don't know what the hell happened. It was working fine up until just now. Okay, there we go.
Hey, who's there?
Armored bodyguards have also been added to the numbers of bodies.
Alright, get around and come out.
In the early hours of
I must have had another
feeling
stroke.
okay?
contacted the authorities.
I need something
One
to
officer
drink.
Smells like a wet
Hey,
salami.
that's what you see, pal.
Garbage. Is that me?
In all my years in law enforcement, I've never
Just
seen
talking
anything
about
like
all this.
Some bastard got what he
The suspect has
deserved.
been
You know
near
what's
impossible to identify this time.
Probably shouldn't go through the door that
Official
says no
Switchblade's
entry.
finest are on the job. No further details have been provided to the press at this time, but authorities do believe the case to be linked to the attempt made on
I feel like I'd
Damn
get
sweaters.
caught. I don't remember if pickpocketing is something you'll get caught for if other people see.
update.
Ah, damn itchy.
There has been no comment from
It is not something that you will get caught for.
I'm getting hungry. Need a bite.
Our
authorities who sent a
office,
telegram to
he
keep them in the
said.
loop and to ensure their arrival
Over
back
here.
home is safe and sound.
There's the bathroom. I'm not
Lionel
gonna get in
McCobb,
trouble.
Waltz's opponent in the land of politics, has expressed his sincerest sympathy,
Quickly out.
publicly condemning whoever was responsible.
This cat makes me look handsome. I'm gonna make the name swoon.
You ain't gonna get mad at me if I go in here, are you? I'm supposed to be in here anyways. Q to kick breakable doors open. Let's keep things quiet for now. There's no need for us to be jumping no guns. Let's try. Can I read what this does? No. Toughness. The tougher you are, the less damage you take.
Boss says it's better to not ask questions. Hey, ain't gonna have no problems with me. I keep my mouth shut and my eyes open. Easy peasy.
Getting bored standing here.
They are...
No more.
Hold on, I'm gonna turn the audio down a little bit. Oh. Music down to touch. There we go.
Fuck ups. If boss find.
Wait, I just realized the subtitles. Hmm?
It's out. I'm toast. They didn't really mean that, did they? No, they couldn't have. Unless...
Oh, hello. Switch. Oh, Jesus, hello. You scared the hell out of me. Switch those around. We're surrounded. Oh, shit. They got the jump on Lousy Lou's crew making their way back from Carter Street. Now we're cut off and dug in at the scrapyard. I figured they got 'em good and cornered and we can't do nothing to save 'em with those bastards hammering us from all sides. I had the boys set up a perimeter around the bar to keep 'em at bay. We should be able to hold out until the cavalry gets here. Hope Lou can do the same. Okay, a bit of information. Where would a a key for that be? That's the real question. Not behind the desk. I'm friendly with Benedetto's, so I don't want to fuck with them. That's the office there. A lot of bottles. 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5. Hey! Hell yeah.
Right in the piggy bank.
They can take my money if they want it. I'll go ahead and get it back if you don't mind.
No more fuck-ups. If boss finds out, I'm toast.
Those are Benedetto's, so this is still a safe area.
Gotta take a dump.
Kinda wanna kick open some of those downstairs doors now. You can also go up higher. Rooftop. No map? Map. So we're in Benedetto's turf, on top of the bar. Link's over in the junkyard. There. Okay. see what's going on. Okay, we've got a bird's eye view. We've got our weaponry. Sniper. Oh, man. I'm just gonna take the quick way down, don't mind me. Those don't look like Benedettos over here. They're not. Here goes.
Huh? Look out, fight!
Take out the knife dude first.
You got off easy.
Don't mind if I do take this. Comes a little busted, that's fine. Unconscious is fine for this time. Here's the key. I don't need a key. Ooh.
Is that? Oh shit! Huh?
Let's just deal with you nice and quick.
Got what you deserve,
We're not letting you
dickhead.
dudes stand back up.
How'd you like that, huh?
That ain't the game we're playing right now. Take that little bite of my sandwich.
Not bad.
Espresso machine. Bet you that would hurt like a motherfucker. We got some more over here we want to play.
I ain't going in. You go in. What's wrong with this guy?
Ow. Okay, well that was it went under his fucking feet. I need the weapon.
Here it goes. I hear a fight.
Damn. Oh shit, I didn't say. Okay. Okay. We gotta run our way back through there quick, and then I need to.
Switchblade City.
Dumb bastard got what he deserved. He knew what was coming.
Locale with Al would like to apologize for having to interrupt your morning routines with some breaking and...
Wait to try out this new
Former
sticker.
esteemed crime-fighting hero and mayor-in-waiting, Victor J. Wolf,
Buddy.
was assassinated at his home late last night.
Whada.
According to the boys on the scene, the current theory is that an unknown assailant had managed to slink his way into the residence under
By
the
order of the
night,
peak. Wait,
dispatching of
how's that go
everyone
again?
present within the Waltz household. Aside from
There we go.
I'm starving.
armored
I
bodyguards
could go
have
for a
also
bite
been
later.
added to the numbers of bodies found. The
On
scene
our way
was
back
uncovered by a
upstairs.
lady in the early hours of the morning.
Boy, do I
Swiftly
miss
contacting
Ma's
the
cooking.
One officer on duty offered his insight into the scene that greeted him. In all my years in law enforcement, I've never seen
135.
Adding that to the rainy day fund.
Take that. Make sure we got some weaponry. Some real weaponry. Oh no, that's my damaged pipe I dropped.
Lionel McConnell, Waltz's opponent in the land of politics,
New lead pipe. I'll take it.
sympathies, publicly condemning whoever was responsible. In his competition in the round, McConnell was expected to be taking the mayoral seat in the coming season.
Shit.
In time, he
I need more inventory space.
It's gotta be broken. We're all feeling it. And together.
I explained it to them already. I didn't eat the book. I was just picking my teeth, that's all.
Oh shit.
Hey, let's get it. Here it
What's going on over
Who are you?
there? Ow. Last night, bitches.
Come on, we can take him.
Gotcha now.
You guys have... You are gas. Aw, fucking hell, bro. I didn't save again. I'm such an idiot. At least there's a save right here in the entrance, and we don't...
Whoa, whoa, what was that?
Your mother.
They didn't mean that, did they? No,
Locale
couldn't
now
have.
would like to apologize for having to interrupt your morning routines with some breaking and unfortunate. Former esteemed
There we
crime
go.
fighting hero and mayor in waiting, Victor J. Wolves, was assassinated at his home late last night. According to the
What do I
police
miss
on the
Ma's
scene,
cooking?
the current theory is that an unknown assailant had managed to...
I didn't do it.
Huh?
Whiskey?
Them other gangs got me on edge, I swear.
When?
Only a matter of time before they rub me out.
Right in the piggy bank.
I've never seen
Can you go the other way, sir?
Excuse me?
Look the other way.
Whatever.
Damn, I lost my smokes.
Lionel McComb, Waltz's opponent in the land of politics, has expressed his sincerest
No
sympathy,
more
publicly
fuck-ups.
condemning
If boss
whoever
finds out, I'm
Let's
toast.
go up to the roof again. Save. Hi there. Sniping's a good job, mate.
It isn't clean in the butt. Hey, what? I'm reload. Don't let him smack you around like that.
Just make sure you're down and out.
Hey, who's there? Who taught you how to fight, your mother?
Come here.
Finisher.
Lay there. Think it over.
The dude coming this way? It's looking like he wants to. All their weapons are busted because I didn't do it stealthily.
Nice.
Shit, we got
I
money
needed
by
some booze
breaking
money.
these. Buy some cigarettes. I think we do want the sandwich. Some coffee. Shit.
Nothing hits like a good cup of joe.
Pop one of these, cause shit's about to get fucking feisty.
Who's this guy?
Stupid asshole.
Hey, that's the guy!
Think I'm messing around?
Take a little bit of a runway, don't we? Right in the nuts.
Things are looking up for me. You not so much.
Poingage. Need some new weapons.
I ain't going in. You go in.
Hell no. Joint's lousy with booby traps. I like
Really?
having my balls right where they are. Thank you very much.
I can't believe this. You fellas are a bunch of lily-livered panty wastes. The guy we're after is a goddamn cripple, for Christ's sake. You know what? Fine. I'll do it. Goddamn lazy griffin. Nothing. Gotta do everything myself.
Wow.
Well, I can't say we didn't warn him.
Ah, you really did, boys.
Out cold.
Yikes! What was that?
Don't mind me, buddy. I'm just taking care of your nuts for you. Take a new pipe. Booby traps, you say. I'll take this dude's head. Something tells me we might need to be a little careful with things like these. Looking at the surface to place it. Ooh. That solves my issue. Don't mind me, boys. I've got business to do in here. Should be friendlies in here, if I'm not mistaken. Hello? Hello, mate. Here to get you out of here.
Hey, Mike! Sweating in these damn wool pants. Yikes!
Listen, these assholes are giving me a hard time. I'm holed up in the garage. Mind giving me a hand by beating their asses? Watch your step. I wired the place.
Ooh, I'm sweating in these damn wool pants.
Yeah, I've already done that.
Let's go, Brady.
Oh,
Whoa,
shit.
What was that? Boo-boo. What are you guys doing?
Who are you?
Well, that dealt with one threat for me. Stomp out. Ooh, medkit. That's rather kind of them. Leave such niceties out for little old me. That is very explosive. I'll leave those ones there. I've got a few toys.
Who are you? Looking for a fight? You come to the right place, pal.
Ooh, that's a gun.
Yeah, just what are you gonna do with that?
Light you on fire. Oh, fuck, you lit me on fire. Damn it.
Boss says it's better than not at. Huh?
Huh?
You looking for a fight? Hell, you let him stop. All right, man.
Well, shit's kicking off.
That's the stuff.
Hey, watch it. Watch it.
Ain't no water for you, buddy.
Who's this guy?
Your mother.
I'm in a little fire.
Alright, Mac, let's rumble.
That'll deal with him.
Nice one. See what Nightwave sent you? Meet me in the old garage across the way. I'll open the door for you.
Old garage. There it is. Okay. I want to do a little looking around. Oh, bro, we could have crushed him by luring him in here. That would have been sick. This must be where my new ride's being kept. Can I get a sneak peek? Ooh, baby! Looks like a hearse on wheels. It's perfect. I know all hearses are on wheels, but ignore that.
And what can I say? These dumb mugs didn't stand a chance. Who's the stiff?
Oh, him. He's the punk who started this mess. Came in here bleeding like a stuck pig. Him and his pals were on the run from those other mugs outside and thought it would be a good idea to hide in my junkyard.
Wow.
The ones hunting him showed up, demanding I hand him over. I had half a mind to, but, well, last time I checked, this is my goddamn junkyard, and I'm not gonna have some mob assholes shove me around without a fight. Bound to be more of those dirtbags showing up any minute now. I've made some nasty little surprises for them. Grab a couple and just put them on a smooth surface, and let the tripwire do the rest.
Can do. Usual job. Alright, Lou, you and the fellas got the usual. Drop the merchandise over on Carter, ditch the vehicles when you get there. Now, don't forget to give Sergeant Blaney his usual dues. Gotta keep his palm greased if we want to see things running smoothly for us. On the way back, you meet that crippled bastard down at the dump and persuade him to take our offer. Finally, keep an eye out for glass heart fucks. They've been hitting us all over town, and they're starting to get wise. You see any, nail them right between the eyes. That's it. You get paid when the job is done.
Just be careful not to blow yourself up.
Alright. Grab a few of these bad boys. A nice jerry
They'll be
can.
here any minute now. If you haven't set up those traps yet, now's a good time to do it.
Okay. What do we... Do one of those. Oh, fuck.
And stay down, asshole.
Well, I don't know how he's surviving in that mess, but not really give me enough time to find these fuckers. Damn, no tripwire.
Get the hell out of here! Ooh, dang!
Knock him into the electrics. Oh, what the fuck? He's on the roof. You fucking shot me, dude! You shot me on the ground! He's a traitor. He's baiting me in here to murder me, I can tell you already. Jesus Christ, dude, really? Okay, let's try this again. Quickly this time.
They'll be here any minute now. If you haven't set up those traps yet, now's a good time to do it.
You just make your way past the tripwire? Oh, good. Let's lock up that one, why don't we?
Open this door now! Get over here!
Damn, bro. When they start jumping in from the roof, it gets difficult. Quickly, quickly, quickly.
They'll be here any minute now. If you haven't set up those traps yet, now's a good time to do it.
Let's get him!
Fire. Fire hurt. Very much hurt. Got weapons again.
Let's get him! Hey, let's get him! Big mistake coming in!
Can you stop with the friendly fire, my guy? Jesus fucking Christ. I'm trying to protect your ass and you're over here doming me in the back of the head. I don't even know what the hell hit me there.
They'll be here any minute now. If you haven't set up those traps yet, now's a good time to do it.
Let's get him! When I get in there,
I'm gonna try and find a couple more of them out here that haven't gone off if I can. Doesn't look like there's any.
big mistake coming in.
Got your gun at the ready, my guy?
Open this door now!
Stupid asshole.
Hey, put that thing down. Fight me like a mob.
Stupid asshole.
Let's jump this ring.
I need weaponry. Woo!
Get over here. Get up. Get up.
Oh, spin kick.
It's you or me.
How many more of these dickheads we dealing with? I need some weapons. Ah, fuck, man. This is tough. I need to find weaponry bad. Fill myself up with some Coca-Cola. There. There.
They'll be here any minute now. If you haven't set up those traps yet, now's a good time to do it.
Lock the door. There. Alright, you bastard offered one hell of a good deal. You ain't gonna get a better one. Less chance to take up the offer. Or you can fend for yourself and the glass hearts reach your doorstep. A wager man with your condition ain't gonna get very far. Okay, I see what's going on.
When I get in there, you're dead.
Anyone else want to play that game? Didn't turn out too well. What's up, buddy? Come on, let's play. Where are you going?
Scram, loser! What are you doing? Hey, watch! How about that? Get him! Smack you around like that. Come here.
Throwing pipes at me.
Let's go!
Do a little knockout action right there. Where's that fire extinguisher?
Let's get him!
Oh shit!
Get him down and fight me like a real man. Don't let him smack you around.
Oh, it exploded. I was not ready for that. Take care of you.
Let's get him! Hey, let's get him! Big.
Don't go losing your head.
Holy shit. Okay. Good shit, Blake.
Thanks for dealing with them crooks. I don't know what this city's coming to. Threatening a man in a goddamn wheelchair. Next thing you know, they'll start going after little old ladies. Bombing orphanages. No respect. No siree.
I need to get you out of here. Nightwave said you might have an old jalopy around here we can use to make our getaway.
I got something better than that.
He's been
Go
working
take a look
on
at the shack
something.
around back. He's the key.
I knew it. I knew it. My man. If your legs aren't gonna...
This ought to make the job a little easier.
It would've. Yeah, it definitely would've. Good thing we did it old school style.
What the hell did your mom feed you?
I don't know what, but we got nails.
Nuts.
Kick his ass. Right in the nuts.
This should do the job.
Oh my god. Ah, fucking hell. Okay, big boy. Oh, fuck. What's up, buddy? Well, that didn't work, did it? Get kicked. Does it tickle? Let's open this bad boy up, why don't we? I like Mr. Pancake. Seems like a nice dude.
I smash, crushing like a punk.
Come on, buddy. You gotta get down from up down on the stairs. Come on, do it again this way. Come on. Sorry, pal. But I tend to take fights a bit smarter rather than harder. Meredith. That's a hell of a name for this bad boy.
Not exactly inconspicuous.
You don't need to be.
Non-conspicuous when
Yeah.
she's got a top speed of 200 miles per hour. Ain't no other car in this town that can go that fast.
Here's something shiny, something sparkly. Where am I hearing that? What the hell? There's something around here. Is this a false wall? No. Well, here we go, baby. Damn. I only found 2 of the 12 secrets, Jesus. Back to the hideout.
Thanks for grabbing Blake. Hopefully those scumbags didn't shake things up too much for you.
Like a martini. Nabbed us a vehicle. Should be a good replacement for that old clunker.
Nicely done. We can leave for Waltz's place soon. Check in with Blake first, though. He said he may have something for you.
Okay.
You can meet me in the garage when you're ready.
Sounds like a plan.
How's it going, Pooch?
Oh, that's Speedy. Best leave her be. She's not fond of strangers.
Maybe we can change that slowly. Make myself a bit less of a stranger. It's down here. Is this where the dudes hold up? Oh, it's a shooting range.
This will make the job easier.
Shit, one moment, sorry. Little snack has arrived for the spider in the hallway, so give me just a moment to give this out. I know I literally just hit this button, but... I'll be right back. Won't take me but a moment. Okay, I'm back. Just in time to give this a proper try now.
There we go.
800? I have no idea what the high scores are, but... Whoa, rat to be upon you. Okay. That's not where the dude I was supposed to talk to is. Cars for the next chapter. Where the fuck? Here?
Hi!
Hey, there he is.
Hey, thanks again for pulling me out of that jam back there.
Of course, man.
Don't mention it.
Can't, because now I'm out of a job. Fixing cars ain't into cards when someone out there is knocking off all the players. But hey, if there's a game, I'm in.
Welcome to the club, then. Nightwave said you got something for me.
Oh yeah. See, I used to be the unit's quartermaster.
Okay.
Know my way around gadgets. If you need some new toys to handle those goons, I'm your man. Whipped up a few things already if you're looking to put them to good use.
Definitely.
Finding parts for this stuff ain't cheap.
You got a battering?
So if you throw
Remote
some
control
dough my way,
battering
I'd be
specifically?
much obliged.
Ammo pouch and a lunchbox. This will take the lunchbox. Extra slot for food and drinks. Okay.
Nigel told me about Victor and the others.
Yeah.
I never thought some of us would be did in that way. A sad day indeed.
It's a tough break. Sorry. Wait, did you say Nigel?
Yeah, Nigel.
That's his name, of course.
That's his name.
Nigel.
Nigel, huh? I think I'm gonna stick to calling him Nightwave.
Well, at least you got yourself a nice little place here, mate. Okay.
I'll be seeing
you. Sorry. Let's go ahead and check out the next chapter. House of Cards. We're sleeping with the fishes. We can handle it.
Been sitting on our asses for almost 4 hours.
They're bound to leave soon enough. You know, for a PI, you're awfully impatient.
Awfully bored, more like. How many we still got down there?
I count 6. We just need to sit tight. Wait for an opportunity.
Yeah, well, they're sure taking their sweet old time about it.
Don't like that. A lit cherry is a surefire way to blow our cover.
So you bring anything to eat?
There's a chocolate bar in the glove box.
Swear to God, if this is a fucking laxative chocolate bar, I'm gonna punch you.
No, I brought my own.
Dog food? What the fuck?
Sorry. Did you want some?
I'll try it.
I'm good, Rufus.
Heads up. Looks like the Prowler is hitting the road. Now's our best chance to get in unnoticed.
Finally.
Maybe he likes
Don't know
horse
how
meat.
much longer I could stand smelling that canned slop you got.
Hold on. More cruisers.
Shit.
Something's up.
That bacon don't smell right to me.
Oh!
Shit. Looks like we're out of the frying pan.
And into the fire.
It's a hostile takeover. Oh, fuck. Okay.
It's murder in the moonlight.
Murder in the moonlight.
Another mystery. I'm being killed with kindness. It's love in the first degree.
Okay.
You stay with the car. I don't need your bum arm slowing
I got
me down.
sleep darts?
Good idea bringing along the sleep aids. Putting them to sleep will be a cinch.
Sleep darts, a blackjack. Okay.
Great idea coming up with the cop duds. It's like a fun little costume party. Say, where'd you get them cruisers? Don't worry about it. I know a guy. Just focus on keeping an eye out for more coppers. We gotta be quick about this. This fella's better hurry up and we need to get these flatfoots off the road and dump them somewhere quick.
Let's get you somewhere you won't be spotted too. I don't want you getting picked back up. One little dart. Well, that's a dead dude. Okay. One dart saved. Any weapons? Doesn't look like it, sadly. I can't get the cop disguise.
Wonder what they're after.
Worry about that later. For now, try and pacify all of them. We don't need more corpses lying around the crime scene.
Okay. Okay. We want...
Now look at this beauty right here. Oh, now those are some wheels. A Paragon Deluxe Imperial Phaeton S600. Oh, never thought I'd see today. A veritable chariot of the gods. I'd give my left nut to take this thing for a spin.
Got lots around.
Oh, just thinking about it is making me feel.
The dude's over there getting horny for a car. Gotcha. Get you out of sight, out of mind. Don't need anyone catching on to you being over here. Take it easy, take it careful.
Sleep tight, asshole.
Get you out in the dark. We don't need no one waking up. Let's keep it nice and quiet, why don't we? There we go. Nice and easy. Get my other two darts in there. This music is uncanny as fuck, man. I don't want any bodies, like, at all if we can avoid it, basically. I'm hoping this blackjack's gonna do wonders for us. There's someone walking around.
Huh. Sleep tight, asshole.
Let's put you right down. Where the hell did I come in here? Let's drop you here. Take it nice and easy. footsteps through the door.
Damn. I knew Waltz was well healed, but yeesh. Should have asked for more dough when he hired me.
Focus, Mike. You've got a job to do. Search around the house for any clues pertaining to the murders. Those villains are looking for something, so keep your eyes peeled.
Another stiff. Shot multiple times. Seems like he tried to crawl away before the killer finished him off.
There's a dude down here.
Let's go, pretty boy. Here to fight. Who are you?
Shit.
Hey,
Jack.
Come on, man. Come on, we can take him. You telling me all us can't take this one fella? Come on.
All still living for now. Music note with 782 circled in red. 782, 782. There's a safe somewhere. 782, 782. Some dude's already unconscious there.
Got a handprint. No fingerprints. The killer was wearing gloves. Height and angle of the hand tells me the killer was about 5'10", 5'11".
Okay, we're doing our detective work here. Very, very nice. 782, 782. 782, 782. Blackjack's about busted. With no shots for the trank dart. We're gonna have to go fisticuffs if shit gets bad. Gotcha.
Later, shitbag.
Sleep tight, buddy.
Nice. I needed some booze money. Got a chalk outline here.
Second body.
Of Waltz's bodyguards. Blood spray on the wall. Probably shot through the neck.
The shiny is over here. Seems rather important. A grappling hook entry. We're outside. Outside, okay. Is this not investigatable? Office key. Waltz's journal. The blasted shoulder aches worse with each passing day. The week's been unbearable. My contacts have informed me the assailant who shot me has hung himself. Unfortunately, the wrecking crew down at the station might have gleaned valuable info from him. The Glasshearts have been quite a nuisance. I've ordered the chief of police to intensify our efforts and take a firmer stance against these hooligans, but as ever, they prove inept. Holy words. Election does not concern me. My accomplishments would suffice. my allies will ensure the voters reach the polls and ballot correctly. True worry lies in the motive behind the gunman's attempt on my life. I've faced my share of lunatics and criminals and made countless enemies, but a public shooting? No, this is no mere act of madness. Colleagues of mine have disappeared or turned up dead. It lines up too perfectly. I discussed the matter with Hector and some others. Some dismiss our connections, or any connection between the killing and our former missing colleagues. It remains unaccounted for. Years since we last spoke, perhaps once or twice since the group disbanded. I know she still harbors hatred for me over past events. But what's done is done. Her absence, however, fills me with dread, not just for her safety, but for all of us. Who will be next? The Glasshearts may be involved, but how do they know our identities? My own is no secret. Captain Spade was unmasked long ago. It was never a secret that Hector was Iron Bull, given his hulking frame. But the others, Billy, Stephen, and Alexia, have all vanished. John was recently found dead last week. The hunt must be stopped. Someone with ties to these gangsters is targeting us. Nigel persists in his foolish ventures, running amok and tarnishing what little reputation we had left. Vice has attempted to put a stop to his vigilantism, but his antics at least keep the gangs occupied. Mr. Ettore finds him to be a nuisance, complicating matters further. Despite Nigel's reckless escapades, I doubt he's the mastermind. Even if I could reach out to him, I'd rather not. He's lost in some deranged fantasy of his. Alexia's disappearance gnaws at me. She's intelligent, resourceful, and not easily cornered. Yet whoever pursues her could extract info that could well doom us all. The situation requires the utmost discretion. Both the agency and Ettore's men are unreliable and untrustworthy. I need an outsider, untainted by allegiances. Well, anyway, that's something I can pursue tomorrow. For now, I need something stiff to ease this damn shoulder. Ugh. A bit too close for comfort.
Stupid asshole.
Down. Just drop you there. Silver cigarette
Adding
case.
that to the rainy day fund.
Yo, this motherfucker has a Greek bathhouse. Painkillers. Definitely gonna want those. Hell yeah. Still looking for 782.
Looks like signs of a struggle here.
Oh damn, what the fuck? He was pinned against the wall.
Judging by the height and shape of the body, this must be Walt's. Skewered to the wall.
Jesus.
Seems pretty personal. Killer's gotta be real strong to turn a fella into a kebab.
Safe with 782 as an option. I feel like I've dealt with most of the dudes. Probably not all, but a large majority. So we've been through here.
Bloody footprints, size 8.5. Tiny fella, gait's a bit off. Owner of the shoe must have either been wounded or has a slight limp. nice self-portrait.
Check
How
behind
pretentious
it.
can you get?
This is hiding something if I've ever seen it. What did I fucking tell you? Finish searching for clues first, bruh. Okay. I'm still looking for 782 as well. SCP-782 has escaped containment and is on the site court fucking bawling. I repeat.
Adding that to the rainy day fund.
Clues, not valuables.
Listen, the guy's dead. He ain't gonna be missing it.
You go anywhere, buddy? Do have one more use on my blackjack.
Rich. I don't know. It's tough without that, huh? I hear a fight.
Oh, fuck, that's not what I wanted. God damn it. Okay.
It's murder in the moonlight.
He saved when I went into his office, right? Hopefully. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. At least I've got all my shots still.
Now look at this beauty right here. Oh, now those are some wheels. A pair of Crown Deluxe.
You're not cut out for this line of work.
Oh, never thought I'd see it.
Switch this dude over in the here.
Chariot of the gods. I'd give my left nut to take this thing for a spin. Even for just a minute. Oh, just thinking about it is making me feel.
Dude's getting horny for his car again.
Sleep tight, asshole.
Here comes buddy number 2. Yoink. Okay. Quick save. Cause fuck you, that's why. Man, right in the... yeah, exactly. Right in the Bethesda, right in the Skyrim. That's what that was, right in the... But on the plus side, we're gonna get to save a couple blue dots, or at least one.
Try to think, but nothing happens.
I try to
You're
think,
looking out
but
for me.
nothing happens.
You not so much.
Don't think there's anything in here. We're not doing that to start things off.
Stupid asshole.
Come with me, buddy. Put you right over here. Right on the ironing board. Snoozing on the job, for shame. Someone's walking around up here.
Nice. I needed some booze money.
Gotcha. Didn't see anybody.
Who's this guy?
Shit.
Next!
Of course he followed me straight through the little pathway there.
Got a chalk outline here. One of Waltz's bodyguards. Blood spray on the wall. Probably shot through the neck.
On the ground, buddy.
Sleep tight, asshole.
I don't know if reading those is necessary, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
Judging by the height and shape of the body, this must be Waltz. Skewered to the wall. Seems pretty personal. Killer's gotta be real strong to turn a fella into a kebab. Looks like signs of a struggle here.
I need to use one more sleep dart.
Real swanky. Sure we can't take nothing? No, stupid. Nobody's supposed to know we're here. What do you think the get-ups were for? Glassjaw wants us looking for that vault. It's gotta be around here somewhere. So quit ogling the furniture.
Could've killed you. Best you just lie there and bleed.
Hello.
Huh. Sleep tight, asshole.
Sleep darts were given to us for a reason. May as well take some advantage. We're looking for the vault still. Who the hell? Free darts. I think we found a nice little spot to toss all of you dumbasses. Just so you're not spotted by any other dick faces who come through here.
Damn. I knew Waltz was well healed, but yeesh. Should have asked for more dough when he hired me.
Focus, Mike. You got a job to do. Search around the house for any clues pertaining to the murders. Those goons were looking for something, so keep your eyes peeled.
Bloody footprints. Size 8.5. Tiny fella. Gait's a bit off. Owner of the shoe must have either been wounded or has a slight limp. A good-sized button from a man's overcoat. Marv's everyday apparel.
Okay.
Adding that to the rainy day file.
Mike, we're here for clues, not valuables.
Listen, the guy's dead. He ain't gonna be missing it.
True. Damn, there's a lot of blood here. I hear someone walking around.
Victim struggled. Blood splatter and position of the body suggest blunt force trauma to the head. Killer must have run out of bullets when the weapon jammed.
Toss you in here.
Police must have missed this.
Ooh.
Bit of blood on the corners. This wouldn't be left behind by your average hitman.
Criminals are no match for the heroic Captain Spade and his team of aces. At last we've thwarted your evil deeds. Look now how the mighty have fallen. Damn. See you soon. This must have been another way in. Just a little hidey hole amongst boxes. 782.
Adding
Cursed
that to
Emerald?
the rainy day fund.
I just lost money for picking that up. I just lost $150. You fuckers. Oh, and we're back here. Okay. Let's pick up any of these investigates that we didn't pick up before. I think we've got everyone unconscious. We've kind of looped like every pathway that I could see. Oh, shit.
Nothing hits like a good cup of joe. Mmm.
There we go. Just in case shit hits the fan, I've got something. Where's the vault? Because we know the code. I'm pretty sure it's 782. We just have not actually found any vault. More painkillers. We'll do a save here just because I think we've got it. Is there something down here that I missed, maybe? That's the front door. Butler's notes. Welcome to your first day on the job, madam. I do hope you accommodate. Oh, new butler. Uh-oh. Take care of all household matters. Run him a warm bath, prepare fresh robe and slippers, proceed with sweeping, mopping, dusting, don't damage vases, they are priceless. Mention Walt's private office is strictly off limits. You are not permitted to do any sort of cleaning there unless asked directly by Mr. Waltz. And do take care not to touch the piano in the lounge, it's a family heirloom. Right, I haven't looked at the piano notes. I think that's what I've been missing. That's fucking outside. Lock that back up. There's the piano. Might still be a dude in here, so I'm gonna be a little careful. 782.
Got a handprint. No fingerprints. The killer was wearing gloves. Height and angle of the hand tells me the killer was about 5'10", 5'11". This horror show's starting to make my skin crawl. Someone broke in here and put Waltz on display like a hunting trophy. Someone small, strong, and smart. Kitty put his artwork up on the fridge for everyone to see. Seems pretty proud of himself.
This is not the mom's playbook. We might have to reframe the way we're looking at this. Still, we'll Glassjaw's men. We're here for
Well,
a
is his
reason.
office, goddammit.
Keep searching. There has to be something.
Maybe back here? That's a balcony.
I'm gonna bury.
Sleep tight, asshole.
Bastard. Go sleep watching TV. Where the hell is the fucking office? I'm gonna go upstairs. I think it's gonna be upstairs somewhere. I managed to stumble into it once. What the hell? Where's the other? There's like another closet area like that. No. Yes. No. This is some shenanigans. Oh, shit. Okay.
Not bad.
Now I'm just running in circles. Literally. Where is this fucking area that I keep... Oh, right here. Okay. Elevator. Oh.
Well, would you look at that?
Little bunker. Still need 782. Got one dart left in case someone in here is being shysty. Oh damn!
You
it's
all
his
used to wear
gear.
screwy get-ups like this? So these are the Aces, huh? Whatever happened with you guys?
It's a long story. Some of us didn't see eye to eye on things. It led to some bad plays on Maltz's part, which in turn led to some tragic events.
So Nightwave's there, but the dog's there.
The city wanted nothing to do with us.
A busted flush if I ever saw one.
Captain Spade.
Alexia Price. What do you know about her?
Went by Scarlet Whisper. She was the one
Scarlet Whisper. Ooh.
I thought Waltz formed the group.
Waltz took credit for a lot of things.
Still can't wrap my head around why Waltz hired me to find her.
Okay. Intriguing. Ooh.
Think I found what they were after. Woof. This file's got dirt on just about everybody in town.
Damn.
Names, dates, addresses, the works.
Holy
Waltz
shit.
has been getting rather chummy with the Benedetto crime family, it would seem. This would make the average highbinder blush.
We got more trouble upstairs. Grab those documents and get out there.
Wait, there's more here. Your old Ace's pals weren't so squeaky clean either.
Uh-oh.
They're all wrapped up in this sour racket.
They weren't my pals.
What about that buddy of yours I rescued?
It's complicated.
Oh, hi, Glassjaw. Fuck.
You wouldn't be leaving with my documents.
Once you find
Thomas?
him, bring him to me. I want to be the one who puts the bullet in his skull.
Night's been full of surprises, huh? I got one more for you. Well, for your friend with the goggles, that is. Got this gizmo off a pretty young thing that's been snooping around my nightclub. But
Well,
she
what
ain't
do we
up to
have
much
here?
talking right now.
Right in the piggy bank.
Tell ya, that son of a bitch. Here's how things are gonna go down. You have something I want, so you're gonna deliver it to me. And then I'll let you walk out with the girl.
You can try. I'm gonna go easy for you, buddy. Got one of these left. There's a button to call it down here, that's kind of funny. There's gonna be a secret underneath it, isn't there? It clicked in my brain right as it was going up. No, shit.
He's over here.
Sleep tight, asshole. This should do the job.
Nuts. Rush him. Who told you how to...
Welcome to Switchblade City, tough guy.
Where'd the pistol go? It's on the ground. Fuck me.
Watch it.
This ought to make the job easier.
I'm gonna kill you for that.
There we go.
God damn it, Mike. I said pacify them, not turn the place into a graveyard.
Whoops.
Sorry.
Yeah, whoops. Just hurry up and check the house. Oh, damn thing's gone belly up already.
Dale, don't kill anyone. Shit. I'm not sure where exactly we are. It's only 3 of them. You can say they got into a gang fight. They had a disagreement over some of the missing valuables, and the one who kept the valuables took off from the scene of the crime after taking out the 2 buddies.
This new cigarette lighter is the cat's meow.
You're coming with me. We're gonna do a little bit of interrogation, I think. Alright, buddy. In the trunk.
Maybe you're not getting the full picture here, so let me spell it out for you. Bring me those papers,
Not
or the girl
happening.
dies. Clear enough.
Crystal.
of cards. Hey, sorry about that, Nightwave. There's a certain level of risk I'm willing to take, and a certain level I'm not.
You think leaving stiffs all over a hot scene was smart? The cops will be breathing down our necks now. Next time, use your damn head before pulling a stupid play like that.
I did all I could, my guy. Hey, doggy.
Leave her alone, Mike. Knock it off!
Alright. Well. One moment. Just one moment. That's not. Hit we goddamn load. Hello? There we go. Alright, well. Camera? Jesus. There we go. Alrighty. Well, I think this is where we're gonna leave things off for the night. I know it's not quite the 4 hours we usually go for, but it seems like as good a place as any. We might have one more stream of this in the future, it looks like, until that next episode comes out, because we've only got one more chapter left. That being said, though, thank you, Lackeys, all, for coming out to tonight's broadcast. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all, as always, have a bloody great night. Just, you know, maybe don't let Spadey bite. She bites really hard and it'll take the whole arm off. And as always, the most important part, be kind to one another. Or else, god damn it. Bye, love y'all. Mwah.